Hi everyone, I just finished doing my makeup for a different video and I thought, well, while I look so adorable, I might as well sit down and film another one. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 10 authors that are instant buys from me. So for me, I try to read books from my local library before I purchase them, but these authors are the exception to that rule. These are authors that as soon as they announce their new book is coming out, I instantly want to pre-order or buy their book as soon as possible. So in no particular order, let's talk about my favorite authors and those I will buy every single one of their books had I all the money in the world. The first author I'm going to talk about, and this probably comes as no surprise to anyone, but that is N.K. Jemisin. Now, I have held up so many of N.K. Jemisin's books in my videos that I decided to give some love to her new comic book series, Far Sector. N.K. Jemisin is a fierce Black woman who lives in New York City, and I follow her on Twitter and just absolutely love basically everything she has ever written. So I've been keeping up with her Far Sector comics. Every time a new one comes out, I buy it, and I cannot wait to buy more books from her as they come out. She has also written some incredible series of fantasy. So N.K. Jemisin is at the top of my instant buy list. The next author that I will instantly buy any book from is Brandon Sanderson. And what else to say? Brandon Sanderson writes adult fantasy and dabbles in sci-fi for like young adults as well. I've really just eaten up every single piece of work that he's done, and every book that he comes out with in the Stormlight Archives or in the Skyward series, I just absolutely love. So he writes so quickly. He releases about a book a year that's like 1,200 pages, which is super impressive. And I just really love Brandon Sanderson's works. So Brandon Sanderson definitely needed a shout out on this list. The next author is a favorite from my childhood, and that is Tamora Pierce. Now, this is her latest book, Tempests and Slaughter, that just came out, I'd say 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and she has not released anything since. So Tamora Pierce is a young adult fantasy writer, and I have just loved her since I was a child and cannot wait for her to write more. Now, she is getting a little bit older. She's slowing down with her book releases, but when the next book does come, you best bet I will be picking up it as soon as possible, if not pre-ordering it. So I cannot wait to jump back into the world of Tortall, into this medieval magical realm, and I just love her. What else to say? She's a classic, a staple, if you will. The next author I want to talk about is Sabaa Tahir, who wrote An Ember in the Ashes series. Of course, I did a whole series review talking about this series as a whole, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but this is a young adult gory action adventure story, and the whole series is to die for. You just eat it up. And I follow Sabaa Tahir on Instagram, and she's just such a lovely person, and she says she's working on a couple projects, and every time she does any sort of hinting or talking about her next series that she's writing, I just get so excited. So Sabaa Tahir is definitely a favorite, and I cannot wait to read more by her. The next one might come as a little bit of a surprise considering my negative review, but the next author is Kristin Cashore. Now, to be fair, I did not like Winterkeep. Winterkeep is her newest novel, but I have loved Kristin Cashore's every single one of her books other than that one. So Kristin Cashore's works, the Graceling Realms books, have just been a staple for me and part of my life for so long, and they mean so much to me that I'm gonna buy every single one of her books as she releases them. Yes, I didn't like Winterkeep as much, but her writing and these characters just mean so much to me, and I'd still like to continue to support her, even though that book wasn't necessarily for me. The next author is Laini Taylor. Now, all of my Laini Taylor books are loaned out to people, so I don't have anything to hold up, but Laini Taylor just is a young adult fantasy writer that I just absolutely adore. Her writing is some of the most unique and delicious writing I have ever experienced, and it's just so beautiful, and I just can't wait for more from her. It's been a couple of years again since she released something, but I know she's working hard. But Laini Taylor is definitely high up on this list. I am so excited for more from her because her worlds are starting to collide, and I can't wait to see how that plays out in further books. So Laini Taylor, you're not here on my shelves, but you're here in my heart. Another author is Rachel Hartman, who wrote Tess of the Road. Now, I've talked about this book a couple of times, but Rachel Hartman has written this series about humans and dragons coexisting together, and Seraphina is the first book in that series, and the way she writes about music in Seraphina is so beautiful. It makes me actually choke up a little bit. And then Tess of the Road is such a wonderful work of character growth and development that, again, this book makes me cry with how gorgeous it is in terms of character and development, and just like the story is gorgeous. So again, Rachel Hartman is working on the sequel to Tess of the Road. It has been a few years, so I'm anxiously waiting for Tess of the Sea to see where Tess ends up next. And of course I will be buying anything else she writes because I absolutely love her work. Next, but almost the last one, we've got just two more. The next author that I plan on pre-ordering from is Susan Dennard, who wrote the Witchland Sagas. This is a young adult fantasy series about two really awesome women who are best friends, and there's magic and politics. And this is a series that I just absolutely devour, and every time I have to wait for an installment, I get anxious and impatient, and that just means I just love this series so much and cannot wait to see how it ends. But I really love Susan Dennard's work with her characters and the friendships between the two female leads. Of course, I'm going to be trying to pre-order her books as they come out. And yeah, what else is there to say? Another favorite from me. Last author on this list is Casey McQuiston. Now, Casey McQuiston wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, and that book has quickly become an all-time favorite, a comfort read, a book I turn to when I'm sad, and I think it's a testament to Casey McQuiston's writing. And they have a book coming out in the middle of the year, I think June or July, which is a sapphic romance, and I just cannot wait to read more gay shit from this author. This author totally had me hooked with this, Red, White, and Royal Blue with the male-male romance. So I can really get behind anything that they write. I'm gonna be absolutely picking up and hopefully devouring in one sitting, because their work just impacted me so strongly, even though I've only read one of their books. They've only written and Red, White, and Royal Blue was their debut novel, so it's super impressive author, and I think that they will go far, and I cannot wait to join them on their journey and read everything that they come out with. Those were the 10 authors that I will instantly buy their books as they are released, or if not, pre-order those books from these authors. Hopefully this is a little bit of a quick video, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!